Hello and welcome back to Canada Top to Bottom. There are many ways to move to Canada, some easier than others, but today we are focusing on the pathways for those who have work experience in the world of IT. This is a wonderful time to be skilled and experienced in a tech trade. So if you are one of those people and would like to immigrate to Canada, you are in an excellent position. Today we're going to talk about 5 of the best and easiest routes into Canada for those trained as an IT or tech professional.
First up, we have the Global Skills Strategy, which is an immigration pathway for highly skilled foreign workers and can help you get a work permit for Canada in just 2 weeks.
So the Global Skills Strategy is basically a priority processing program allowing employers to hire the most talented individuals for their businesses. It was introduced in 2016 and is a federal government program aimed at helping eligible Canadian businesses hire skilled workers from countries outside Canada. The program provides a fast-track route for foreign workers who meet specific criteria, allowing them to obtain a work permit much more quickly than the standard work permit route.
To be eligible for the Global Skills Strategy, the first thing you need is a job offer in Canada, and there are 2 possible ways to access the program based on the presence or absence of an LMIA. Now, in general, when offering a job to a foreign worker, employers have to first prove that they searched for a local worker but couldn't find one, hence needing to broaden their search to foreign workers. This is called an LMIA, or Labour Market Impact Assessment. Option number 1 is for those with a job offer that is LMIA exempt, which means that the employer does not have to prove that position was locally advertised. They don't need to justify their reasons for wanting to hire a foreign worker. Finding a position which is LMIA exempt is no easy task, so you could see this option as being for businesses or companies who need to hire unique and specialised foreign workers in order to grow the company, so potentially having to hire someone from outside Canada is perfectly understandable.
As you may have guessed, option 2 is for workers who have a job offer that is not LMIA exempt. This means that the employer requires a positive labour market impact assessment justifying why they are hiring you. And this positive LMIA must have been obtained through the global talent stream of the Temporary Foreign Worker Programme. This is, of course, just a snapshot of the Global Skills Strategy, and if you would like to find out more, you can watch our detailed video on it by clicking the link above. In summary, this option is for employers who need to hire foreign workers who have experience in the in-demand occupations which are found on the Global Talent Occupations list.
Next, we have the BC PNP Tech program, which was launched in 2017 and is part of the Skills Immigration category of the BC Provincial Nominee Program. This program started out as a pilot program but has now been extended indefinitely. The aim of the BC PNP Tech is to enable technology employers in BC to recruit skilled foreign workers in the tech industry to address labour shortages in a booming field.
Workers in the field of technology are very much in demand across Canada, and this is no different in British Columbia. The BC PNP Tech has specified 29 tech occupations which are seen as a high priority in BC right now. Just some of the 29 occupations are software engineers and designers, web designers and developers, editors, graphic designers and illustrators. You can download the full list using the link in the description box below.
As with most provincial nominee programs, you do need a job offer to apply for the BC PNP Tech, and depending on the skill level of your job, you may not need to take a language test. If you are applying with a job offer for an occupation which is classified as NOC skill level B, C or D, you must take a language test to prove that you have achieved at least a CLB level 4. However, if your job offer is classified under NOC skill type 0 or skill level A, management or professional positions, a language test is not necessary. Have a look at the link below to see what your occupation would be classified under.
Another great thing about the BC PNP Tech is the processing times. Most BC PNP applications are processed in around 2 to 3 months, but as these 29 key technology occupations are given such high priority, BC PNP Tech applications are typically processed in even shorter timeframes to minimise the waiting time for both applicants and employers. Check out the links below to find out more about the BC PNP Tech programme or watch our video all about it.
Next is the Saskatchewan Tech Talent Pathway. This is a brand new program which only opened in March 2022 and allows applicants to gain permanent residence in Canada.
The Saskatchewan Tech Talent Pathway is part of the Saskatchewan Provincial Nominee Programme and is intended to attract skilled tech workers and their families to come and settle in Saskatchewan. The programme is for highly skilled tech workers in 11 specific occupations in order to address labour shortages in the province. The occupations are computer and information systems managers, electrical and electronics engineers, computer engineers except software engineers and designers, information system analysts and consultants, database analysts and data administrators, software engineers and designers, computer programmers and interactive media developers, web designers and developers, computer network technicians, user support technicians, and information system testing technicians.
Eligible workers will be provided with an expedited processing time, meaning that you could be in Canada and working on a valid work permit in as little as a couple of weeks. There's also no age limit for the program, you don't have to provide proof of funds, and it is LMIA exempt, meaning that your employer does not need to prove that they advertised the position locally and couldn't find anyone to fill it. Instead, they can skip this part and offer the job directly to a foreign worker.
As with a lot of pathways to Canadian permanent residence, you do need a job offer to be eligible for this programme. And you can click on the links in the description box below to find out more about it and how to apply, or watch our video all about the Saskatchewan Tech Talent Pathway by clicking the link above.
Next is the Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway, which again we have a designated video on somewhere. Check it out by clicking the link above to find out more. The Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway was only introduced in January 22, and as the name suggests, it is a fast-track application process for candidates in eligible tech occupations and is part of the Alberta Provincial Nominee Programme. To apply, you must be either already working in one of the in-demand occupations in Alberta or have a valid job offer in the tech industry with an Alberta-based employer.
The Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway is a route to permanent residency and is linked to express entry, which means that to be eligible you will first need to have an active express entry profile and have met the minimum requirement for at least one of the 3 express entry programs: Federal Skilled Worker, Federal Skilled Trades and Canadian Experience class. If you're not yet familiar with Express Entry or its programs, you can watch our video on Express Entry Explained, or click on the link in the description box below to see if you would be eligible for one of the 3 programs.
With regards to requirements, the job offer under this pathway must be either from an employer in Alberta who is involved in an eligible tech industry or in one of the 38 in-demand tech occupations. You can click on the link in the description box below to see the full list of all 38 eligible occupations. The job offer must be for full-time continuous employment for at least 12 months and must meet or exceed the provincial minimum wage. As well as meeting the occupation requirements, you must also have a CRS score of at least 300 points in the express entry pool.
The 5th and final immigration route for IT professionals we're going to talk about is the Ontario Human Capital Priorities Stream. This is an excellent option for foreign tech workers wishing to immigrate to Canada, as unlike almost all similar pathways, the Ontario Human Capital Priorities Stream doesn't require a job offer.
The stream is part of the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Programme and gives foreign workers who have the necessary skilled work experience, language abilities and education the opportunity to move permanently to Ontario. Of course, there are several requirements for the programme, the main one being that you have to first be eligible for one of the 2 federal express entry programmes, either the Federal Skilled Worker Programme or the Canadian Experience class. You can click the link in the description box below to find out whether you are eligible for either of these. Now, you must have a minimum of a bachelor's degree and a language level of at least CLB level 7 in English or French, and of course, you must intend to move to Ontario to settle permanently.
The Human Capital Priorities Stream is not strictly an immigration route just for those in the tech trade. It is a programme for skilled foreign workers. However, the great news is that, amongst other targeted occupations, the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Programme occasionally holds draws specifically targeted at tech workers. where only workers in the IT and tech industries are issued a notification of interest. We've added a link to the programme in the description box below so that you can check out all the information and eligibility requirements.
Okay, so that's all for this week. Let us know if you have experience in the tech industry, and if you have, you are in a great position for moving to Canada. Hit subscribe for more high quality videos about Canada twice a week, and we'll see you next time.